get the files.
Now recording.
Great works, right? Because like when I use that, I never get the recordings.
Yeah, it sent it in my DM.
Okay. So Jin, can I go first, please?
Sure, man. Go ahead.
Okay. This would be from chapter 115, I believe. Jujutsu Kaisen. So I'm just gonna start off my argument with some shit. Where is it? Okay.
Okay.
So basically, my argument is just going to be the case that Megumi has a lot of potential because he has access to the 10 shadows, which contains Maharaga. Maharaga is a being so fierce that Megumi has like a lot of potential that's implied to even be above that of Gojo, right? Because of this thing. It's contextualized by these scans where Gojo just says that these two ancestors that they have, Megumi's ancestors and Gojo's ancestors, fought. One was a six-eyes user, one had the Ten Shadows technique and had Maharaga, and they killed each other. And then right afterwards, Megumi says to himself, that doesn't mean I can become stronger than you. So, it's literally talking about the fact that Megumi has a lot of potential. It's clearly implying that with Maharaga, Megumi could potentially become as strong, if not stronger, than Gojo.
Wait, why do you think it's only in reference to Maharaga?
I mean,
No,
it could
I
be in
can. I
reference to
can.
the other. Hold on, it could be in reference to the other Ten Shadows things too. But Sukuna, someone who's a genius, literally puts a bunch of the Shikigami together and makes Agito, and Agito's lagging behind in their fight. So I think it's Maharaga in specific. And this is also supported by the fact that Maharaga cut off Gojo's arm and was the sole reason why Gojo was even killed to begin with. Like he literally died to Sukuna because of Maharaga.
Yeah. I can agree that Maharaga helps Sukuna, do some stuff against call it against Gojo, but I don't think that really proves anything because even if obviously we can agree that Maharaga is like above Agito, like it's fully stated that it's like the secret trump card, so it's obviously probably be more impressive. Hence why Agito is lagging behind, but Agito is still showing capabilities, keeping up with Maharaga, and all that stuff. I think the only reason why I was lagging behind is because just the AP wasn't good enough. Like we look at what's combined with it, there is no piercing bull there. Like there is no the type of it's not combined with the 10 chalice technique from earlier on where it has like no stable form, which is
Can
directly
you
stated
show
it
me
has
a
a mixed
single
power.
instance that makes you think that? Because
Yeah, I got you.
Maharaga
Yeah.
is lacking
So
behind in basically all stat compartments, in my opinion.
do you want me to show you them keeping up together? Like literally?
I mean, them fighting together isn't the same as saying Agito can actually keep up with Maharaga in terms of
Yes, it is. It
stats.
is. Listen. I don't know what keep up is. Like, do you think you're as fast as Flash?
You know, Maharaga is a
No,
controlled
don't dodge,
Shikigami,
don't dodge,
right?
don't dodge. We're having the same
Sorry, I'm
dialogue.
not
Don't
dodging,
dodge.
I'm responding to
Yes
your
or no?
point.
Yes or no? Can you keep with the Flash?
Sorry, I'm not going to answer your question. I'm going to respond to
Okay,
your
like
point. I'm
that's a
going to give
doom.
you my
That's a doom.
contention.
That's a doom. That's a
So,
doom.
so
That's a
Getojin,
doom.
right?
That's a doom. That's a doom. That's a
Getojin. So when you
that's a
control
doom.
puppets,
That's a doom.
right?
That's a
What do
doom.
you do with
Yes
those
or no? Can you
puppets,
keep with the
Jin?
Flash?
You control
Yes
those
or no?
puppets,
Nigga, it's my
Jin.
turn.
So you can
I'm literally
control
wait.
them to hold
No,
back
no.
and fight and
I'm
coordinate with each other, Jin.
okay. Listen, I'm not. Hold on, I'm being so for real. It was my turn. You're gonna respond to my answer. If not, we're in debate here. That's what's going to be it. Because you're gonna be a
The
bitch.
fuck?
You are ducking.
I've already given you a response. I don't have to
Yes.
answer every
Okay. Yes or
question. A
no? Are you
response is
fast to
enough
flash?
than just answering your question. Yes or
Yes
no,
or
what?
yes or no? Are you fast to flash?
What did you say? That wasn't
Yes
comprehensible.
or
All I heard
no?
was faster than Flash.
Yes or no? Are you as fast as the flash?
No, obviously not. I'm not as fast as
Okay,
the
because
Flash.
you are not as fast as the flash, you cannot keep up with him. You're not doing no relative movements. You're gonna be like a fucking snail in comparison. You're gonna be lagging behind. Okay, you can see obviously right here multiple instances where Agito is not only keeping up pace with what's call it Maharaga, but he's literally side by side. This is not something you would do in a similar scenario with the Flash. So it's pretty evident that Agito is actually on some level comparable to Maharaga, right? I don't know why it was so crazy for you ducking this shit and like doing all the bullshit
All
that you were
right,
doing
this
right now,
is
bro.
jibber jabber. Can I respond now? So, in
Yeah,
response to what you said, right? Again, I'll just reiterate the points, right? Me and the Flash, right? If you're trying to say that the Flash will not fight on equal terms with me and keep up with me because the Flash wants to do whatever he does, sure, that's the Flash. We're talking about Sukuna here. Sukuna controls puppets. He's not the Flash, and he's not fighting with me, right? He's not fighting with human being. He's fighting with fucking Shikigami that he controls. So if he wants to make one lag behind the other, no, not lag behind, sorry, hold back so that the other can keep up with him, then that's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, so Haram, like this makes no sense to me. So in because the whole point is that you're using the fact that Gojo says that you're lagging behind as some instance of like he's generally just behind. Not when I'm trying to interpret it as in like, well, no, it's actually based on something else. Like it's probably based on like AP because we literally see he can hurt him. It's directly stated after trying to punch him, right? But when we see the feats, right, he can kill with him blatantly. Like the
Jin,
speed
can you
right
speak
there,
more
right?
carefully? I'm not going to be able to understand you if you speak like this while you're drunk.
I'm saying that the statement in question, we're saying that he's lagging behind is in reference to AP because it's literally right after a punch, right after AP feed. Because the
He also
speed
literally
feed,
gets a hole through his body. Maharaga tanks a Black Flash for no damage. Up, stun locked. Good point over here.
bro, are you so serious?
I'm
Like,
completely serious.
bro, Haram. So, are you going to address the speed scaling?
The speed scaling, yeah, I've already told you. Every single time that these guys are shown side by side together, it can just be the case that Sukuna makes Maharaga not go all out, right? So he can keep up with Agito, and when he's keeping up with Agito, right?
Yeah, but what
When
instance?
this, what, sorry, I'm still talking, right?
Right.
While he's keeping up with Agito, right? These guys can not each other, sorry. They can jump Gojo at the same time, right? And one isn't going to be faster than the other.
Yeah.
To where Gojo, can you shut the fuck up? Gojo can't just jump up in the air while Maharaga is significantly faster, and then accidentally have Maharaga cut off Agito's head because he's too fast, and he's going to be still in movement due to inertia, right?
Okay, so yeah, so I don't really think that actually feels anything. So for one, to address your earlier durability thing, this like he thinks of Black Flash after already having adapted to Gojo's technique, so obviously his body's gonna be more durable just from that alone. Like when it comes to
Okay,
this.
proof he can adapt to Black Flashes. I don't think
Hello?
he adapted to literally the first Black Flash that hit him,
Nigga,
bro.
if he can adapt to fucking slices, that means he can adapt to punching kitches. Like he can adapt to blunt force. Like yeah, if the Queen has been getting hit with
Sorry,
the
actually,
blade-
I'll change my claim.
yeah.
I
Nice
agree that he
question.
can adapt to Black Flashes, but why has he adapted here? Because he has
It's
never
quite
been hit
simple.
with a Black Flash before from Gojo
No, listen,
at this
The
point
claim
of the fight,
the claim is
Jin.
quite simple. The claim is quite simple. Yes or no has Sukuna been getting hit physically throughout his entire interaction with Gojo?
Sure, Sukuna has been getting hit,
Yes.
right?
Sukuna has the will in his head to speed up Maharaga's progression, correct?
Sure, he gets hit
Okay,
once
so
by a
this
Black
means
Flash, right? And that
wait.
is all.
Yes or no? Where's Black Flash? A physical hit, a space and distortion applied to a punch?
Sure, it's a physical hit,
Right.
right?
So
But it's a
if
different phenomena, Jin.
no, right. So thank you. So thank you for agreeing to all these factors. So if Maharaga, his will at this point in time is basically complete. The only thing he's had to adapt to at this point, I believe, is red or purple.
Why is it complete?
Complete outside of red and purple. I'm pretty sure the only two things in state he hasn't adapted to yet. Obviously purple, because purple hasn't been hit yet. But
Can you show me a statement that says or even implies whatsoever, and I know this doesn't exist, that that Sukuna has literally had Maharaga adapt to basically everything, including Black Flash? Because I highly doubt that statement even exists.
He hasn't taken a Black Flash yet. Like that's not my point. My point is that Black Flash for Gojo right now is a physical punch. He's been getting hit physically, and he's been by blue and basic punches. So
okay, Jin. You're about to make a fallacy of composition here, right?
How?
Something can be true of the parts without being true of the whole. For example, there can be some people in a baseball field on the bleachers, right, who are cheering for red team, right? That doesn't mean that everyone is cheering for red team and nobody is cheering for blue team. The same way, right, Jin, that just because you are hit by a physical attack, right, a blunt force attack, a punch, that doesn't mean that it is completely comparable and it is exactly the same as a Black Flash. It's not the same. One literally distorts space, the other doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree that like Black Flash distorts space, but regardless, it still is a physical hit. So the claim is just going to be quite simple.
That's just repetition of the claim.
I didn't even make the claim yet.
Yes, you did make a claim.
I literally just said the claim is going to be quite simple, and you cut me off. So what's your argument against that?
My argument against what? That the claim will be simple?
Said that the claim is going to be quite simple. I was going to continue, but you cut me off. Right? So what's
I don't have an argument against the claim being simple under your view. I don't personally care if you think the claim is going to be simple.
Haram, the whole point is that I didn't finish the claim. You fucking interrupted me, so I didn't make a claim yet.
Okay, are you gonna like hurry up, or are you gonna keep like crying?
Okay. So then you're gonna drop the fact that I didn't make a claim, and you're waffling right now, right? You're not tracking.
Holy shit! You've made multiple claims. Just because you haven't made the
What
claim that you were going to make
about,
in the future doesn't mean that you haven't made claims in the past.
No, I'm gonna make you look dumb and not tracking.
The claim that you made, right, was that physical punches, even including Black Flashes, are still physical hits. That's the claim you made.
What claim have I repeated so far? Because I didn't make a claim yet. I just
told you. I just told you. You didn't track.
Black Flash are physical hits?
Yes.
I repeated that claim.
Yes. You said that twice.
So when I said reading, the claim's gonna be quite simple.
Jen, I don't care. Hurry up. Get to the substance.
Okay. So the claim's gonna be quite simple, Haram. Sure, Black Flash can hold two properties of being a physical hit and space and distortion. All I'm going to say is that the physical hit is going to be a thing that Maharaga is going to be somewhat adapted to already, because Sukuna has been getting hit fully talked about physical hits. What do you mean
some adapted to?
Sure. Some fully same thing in this scenario. Because my point here is that the reason why he's taking the Black Flash better is because of the adaptation.
Okay, what do you mean by some adaptation? You said that Maharaga's already going to be adapted to some level. What do you mean by that?
Okay, so the entire time when Sukuna's can hit, the whole point is that Sukuna's being hit by blue enhanced punches throughout the entire point, which is steadily adapting Maharaga to only blue, but obviously punches as well. And red got I believe thrown into like last second. So I'm
sorry, Jen. I just want to put a burden on you then, right? I want you to prove that just because he was hit by blue punches, that he adapted to both the property of the physical attack, and the blue itself, not just the blue. I want you to basically prove that Maharaga can adapt to two things at once. No, two burdens actually. Adapt to two things at once, and that he was adapting.
Yeah. So look at
the physical punch there.
Look at that. So it says right here, does he adapt by taking time to analyze an attack after getting hit once, or does he adapt after getting hit by the same attack multiple times?
Jin, this says attack, not attacks. This is one singular thing.
Nigga,
so what translation is this? What translation is this? Because this seems to be manga series.
Wait,
I prefer TCB.
I think you're fucking retarded. I don't think the distinction of attack or attacks matters if I'm arguing that he's adapting to multiple blue enhanced strikes.
Blunt strikes, sure. You can adapt to blunt strikes. However, these blunt strikes are different in property, right? That doesn't mean, right? Given the fact that we don't know if he can adapt to more than one thing at once, right? If these things have distinguishing properties, right, then we don't know if he can adapt to them.
If you are agreeing that he's somewhat adapted to punches, that means he's taking Black Flash inherently better. That's really what that is. Right.
I didn't even agree that he could adapt. That he adapted to punches. Sorry, not that he could.
Okay, man. Yeah, man. So, what's he adapting to here? Because it's using the fact that he's getting hit, and that's the only thing.
It's using a diagram, but to be clear, that diagram is something that doesn't actually happen on panel. So unless you want to argue that, like, that is literally something that doesn't happen on panel. Gojo never punches. Gojo never punches. Can you shut the? Gojo never punches Maharaga when Maharaga is standing still.
Listen, look, that's how you're stupid.
This can just be a diagram to explain the functionality of the ability, right? My guesses.
Haram, I might be drunk, but I can check the series. We argued over this. Sukuna is taking the burden of adaptation. Do you not think that Sukuna has been hit physically by blue enhanced punches? Or just regular punches?
Why is the target of adaptation? Why is he chosen to specifically adapt to physical attacks?
That's in reference to Sukuna taking those punches. So Sukuna's been getting hit over time by punches. So Maharaga, as we come out, is going to be more and more adapted, more and more resistant to Black Flash as opposed to Agito. This is literally a concession. You cannot win this point no more.
Okay, do you want to move on? I
Yeah,
think you
definitely.
got destroyed on this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically you lost on that pretty much,
Definitely, he
right?
definitely lost his point.
So if that was your contention, right? I believe my propositions have gone through, right? So Maharuka is actually a threat to Gojo, right? That given the case.
Only with World Cut and Slash. And shit like that.
Regardless, that wouldn't really matter, to be honest
It
with
would, because
you.
that's him literally adapting to the things. Like he's literally just ignoring durability.
Sure, he's adapting to his durability, right? But
No, he
Maharuka
ignores
still,
durability.
sure.
He cuts through space.
I don't think it cuts through space.
How the fuck do you think he targets Gojo then? Because Gojo's literally just his whole technique is making space.
Do you want me to like talk about that? It's like a whole thing.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think World Cutting Slash doesn't actually cut through space. What I think it does is Infinity uses a detection system, right? To determine if things are threats to Gojo, depending on their density, their mass, their constitution of properties and all that shit. So because of that, right, what I think is the case is for World Cutting Slash, I think, right, depending on the thing, you wouldn't be able to really detect if a thing was a threat or not. Like, for example, someone could throw a baseball at you, and you wouldn't be able to distinguish if that's a threat or not, because people play baseball games, right? That's not
Yeah.
necessarily a threat.
Anyway,
So hold on. 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 I'm not done. So because of that, right? What I think is the case, right, is with that, they're not targeting Gojo. They're actually targeting the space itself, but they're not cutting the space. It's like a bird just flying through the air. If this bird is just flying through the air and it just goes right past Gojo, Infiniti's not going to detect it as a threat because it doesn't have any malicious intent towards Gojo.
What the fuck?
Right?
That's literally that's spatial manipulation. That's spatial cutting space by definition. Like, do I need to pull up VSPW to define how they to show you how they define like space manip? It's literally just a stuff that affects space, like just directly attacking that shit. Like, so for example,
what do you mean by affecting space? Do you mean like literally eradicate? Like, Jen, I have a question. When you say cutting space, do you think World Cutting Slash literally eradicates the existence for the space to which for the space that it touches? You literally think it eradicates the existence of the things it touches?
I think cuts through space, bro. That's what it's a reference to. Also, just do think like yes, they can just attack existence itself. Like they're literally fighting spirits. Spirits, like come on, bro. So I don't really see anything. Like it cuts space, it cuts spirits, cuts existence. I don't focus on this, bro. Like it literally attach you to at the most fundamental level ever.
Hold on, sorry. Yeah, I was just talking to someone. Okay. Could you repeat what you said?
All the way to space. Like he literally fucking directly attack space, bro. Like oh my god. I'll just pull a spatial manipulation for you, bro, just to prove like false definition too, bro.
So as to cut them. So it says it's extending all the way to space. Also, what translation? Because I prefer TCB to be clear.
You can post TCB, and I just think they say the same thing. This is Viz.
Okay, so your translation is saying so as to cut them, right?
Let's see what yours says. It says, yeah, Lily says space and yours translates to existence, the word itself. Yeah. It's like same fucking difference here.
Could you accept my translation then?
Invaded target wasn't just used for Gojo, but space, the entire world, existence itself. It literally says the same thing I says. We can move on. Like
can you accept my translation then?
Like I said before you sent it, it's probably gonna say the same thing. It just did say the same thing. So your translation's fine, bro.
Okay, so just to be clear, we agree to my translation. Now, to respond to what you said, right? Targeting something is not the same as literally being able to eradicate it. For example, Jin, do you think you can imagine literally eradicating like your computer in front of you, like erasing it from existence? Do you think
Bro,
you can imagine that?
Sukuna literally says he can affect existence.
Sorry, that was a
Yes,
yes or no question. Sorry, that was
and
a
I'm
yes or no
telling you, in
question.
this case, yes, because Sukuna says he can affect existence.
Wait, Jin. Wait, Jin. That's a yes or no question. Answer
I
directly.
literally told you yes. In this case, Sukuna says he can
No,
affect
no,
existence.
generally. I don't care about this case. Just say
I do
generally.
not care generally because it has nothing to do with this point. We can stay on track now.
Jin,
Your
that's
analogy is
complete.
so shit.
Wait, Jin, that's completely relevant because I'm about to make a point off of that.
It's not relevant because Sukuna is literally not going to be matter, bro. Like I promise.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna make claims if you're not gonna answer my
Yeah, make
questions, and you're
claims
gonna
where
be
Sukuna
bad
directly
faith.
says he can affect existence. Your analogy is wrong.
Okay. That's fine. You can disagree with me. I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
So
Ass
in
as fuck.
response,
You're ass losing me right now,
can
bro.
you shut the fuck up? Holy shit. So you want to talk about spatial manipulation or what?
Nigga, you said you was going to explain your shit, right? Go ahead. Your fucking
Yeah,
analogy, right?
I'll explain it. But you want to talk about spatial manipulation because you sent me VSBW.
No, I was
I
just telling
don't.
you. I was just telling you, like, affecting, like, directly charging space itself. It is directly space manipulation by definition. So, like, unless someone like,
Okay. Hold on. Then I'll just respond to that. So, Jim, right? I have this idea, right, that I literally just want to eradicate. We'll say that scan you just sent of World Cunning Slash. That scan you just sent. I want to eradicate it from existence, right? Every single thing that contains the scan, I'll just eradicate it, right? So just because I have this idea, it doesn't mean that I can actually accomplish this idea. It's an intent, right? People can have an intent to kill without actually killing someone because they can get stopped by the police, right? So that being the case, Jen, right? I don't think intending to eradicate space means you can actually eradicate space, right? Now, you spoke about affecting space, right? Do
what are
you
you talking
think?
about? That's not what this is, bro. Listen. Listen? When it says attended, it's talking about Gojo, but it's saying, well, that didn't work. What happened as a byproduct of me trying to target you only? The byproduct was that I accidentally affected space existence and the world indirectly. That's literally what he's saying. Like you cannot read.
Okay, that's a repeat of the claim. I
That's
know
not a
you
repeated
think
claim.
that.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
So, let's see. Right. So, Jin, I have a question. If you think that World Cunning Slash literally eradicates things within existence, right? Why is it that Kashimo's blood still leaks from his hand after he left?
Did it
After getting
attack his
cut by
whole body?
World, can you give me a second, please? Give me a second.
Yes or no? Did it attack his whole
Give me a
body? Go ahead.
second. Give me a second. Give me a
Yeah, go
second.
ahead. Go
Stop
ahead. Go
being.
ahead. Go ahead.
Give
Go
me a
ahead. Yeah.
second, please
Mm-hmm.
and thank you. Okay.
Go ahead.
So
Think.
he cut part of his hand,
All
right?
right. Right.
And
Right.
part
Right.
of his hand includes blood. He also sent that slash through the air. Now
Right.
I
Right.
don't
So,
know.
hold on.
No,
My
Jen.
question for you
Sorry.
is
Let me finish. I'm not done yet.
mhm,
I'm not done yet.
right.
Jen, can you tell me what something that doesn't exist looks like? Can you
Yeah.
tell
So,
me what that
Haram,
looks like?
do you think like when you just touch one thing, everything goes away?
Please just address that question first
Yeah.
before I
Yeah.
address
I am
your
addressing. I'm
questions.
asking you a question and response because I want to make sure like you're
No,
tracking.
just address mine. Don't address the
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, I'll just if you don't want to be like that, it's quite simple. Haram, like, it didn't hit his whole entire body. Like it just hit part of it. So, like, I don't know how you yourself are going to prove that the part that got hit does still exist. Like, that's a hard burden for you to prove. Like, you can't prove that. Like, I hope you know this, right? You can't prove it, right? Like,
Prove the
I was simply
burden.
just asked you
Hold on. Sorry.
prove. I was simply just asked you prove the part that got cut, that got hit, that their blood and their limb is still there. I was actually prove that, and you never able to do it,
Can you not see the blood?
nigga.
And I'm
Prove
not
that's blood.
claiming.
Prove
I'm
that's not
not.
other blood right now.
I'm not
Prove that's not
claiming.
other blood.
I'm not
Prove it's not other
claiming that.
blood. No, because you are claiming that. I can track this fine. Prove it's not other blood right now. Go ahead. Don't be a bitch. Don't back down now.
Prove it's not other blood. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
yeah. Prove it's not the other blood from his body leaking out. Because that didn't get hit. It only
The other blood
that
from
very
his body
small right
leaking
side.
out. So, Jen, right. I'm going to
Um,
say this again to you. Can you describe to me what it looks like for something to not exist, that has been eradicated from reality, that is sitting within a space of reality? Can you
I don't think I need
describe
to. I
to
don't think
what?
I need to,
Can you
man.
describe? Okay. You don't need to?
I don't need to.
So, so you don't need to address my questions. Okay. That's pretty fucking stupid. So you're just not gonna progress the conversation. I'm gonna
I mean, no,
call.
we can
I'm gonna call.
progress.
I'm gonna
Like I
call.
don't
I'm
like
gonna
just
call
because
you
just
halting the
because you don't know how
dialect
to like
there.
just because you don't know how to view or interpret like things getting like erased from existence isn't that's not my problem. Like I sure I can answer to help you, but I don't really get answer that. That has nothing to do with personal debate. Like right now, what you need to prove is that like that thing that got cut right there, that call it? That's not other blood leaking out from his body. Like you got to prove that because if you can't
So
disprove that,
Jin, if you're
you are going
claiming
to
that that
dispute
part of
that.
his hand no longer exists, I need you to tell me what something that doesn't
Why do
exist
I need
looks
to do that?
like,
This is your
because
burden.
that is
It's not
literally
my.
that
This
is
is your
literally.
burden.
But
That just
no,
means that
that's
you have.
sorry. That's not how
And no,
that
listen,
works,
listen.
Jin. You made
That
a
just means
claim,
you
and
yourself,
now I
Ram,
am allowed to
specific
question
enough
that claim.
details to point it out. You don't have specific enough details to point it out. You can't prove this claim. Just prove. Just say it right now. You can't prove it. Just say it.
Holy shit. Do you want to move on? I don't
Yeah, we
think
can
you're
move on. We
really
can move on.
addressing what
We can
I'm
move on
saying.
because you can't prove it. You can't prove it. It's fine.
Okay. So I've given you my interpretation, right, Jin? You refused to answer my question, and I think that pointed out a clear flaw, and I'm gonna call halting the dialect because you refused to answer my question. So next thing, right? So that's World Cutting Slash. I've already defeated that point. So now we'll
So
talk about Maharaga. So regardless of World Cutting Slash, do you agree that he has to be fast enough to keep up with Gojo to do this attack and not just get destroyed by him?
sure, man.
So he scales the Gojo in stats, just to be clear.
Only in speed.
Not in durability. He takes a
We already
Black
went over this.
Flash.
He's somewhat adapted to punches, so Black Flash is not going to damage him. AP is only like that because he's really adapted to really cut space and shit.
He literally tanks a red from Gojo
Okay,
when he was never hit by red
he's been getting
before.
hit by techniques while Sukuna was fucking adapting. So what's the issue?
Okay, were those techniques red?
I'll show you him getting hit by red. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna show you, right, when Maharaga was hit by red, and I'm just gonna tell you, right, he was never hit by red prior to this. So this is chapter 233. This is when Maharaga and Nagito come out, right? Within this same chapter, 3 pages later, he is hit by red, and he's barely damaged, right?
All right, I'm gonna show you him getting hit by red twice.
He's never hit by red beforehand, but
I'm gonna show you
sure.
him. Like I said, I'm gonna show you him getting hit by red twice.
Sure, show him getting hit by red before chapter 233 when Maharaga was literally summoned in 232. Like what? And if you're gonna show me the initial instance where he was using reversal red on Sukuna, Sukuna uses domain amplification there, which turns off the adaptation process.
Your ass. Are
So
you
don't
freak
even
on this,
waste your
bro?
time
You're
with that.
acting so ass. I be freak on this argument, bro. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, Jim.
All right, yo. So we can look in the evidence show. So you can see right here. So he gets hit right here. We see the wheel is spinning because obviously the wheel's inside his body at this point, it's not outside. So he gets by red here once. He gets hit by red here.
Where's the wheel on Sukuna on the first
The wheel's
panel? There's
inside
no.
his body. It's in the shadows. It's over Megami. He's the one taking the burden process. So I see it click. It literally says pink is sprinting. Starting to adapt
Are
now. He got
you
hit by
an
red already.
idiot, Jin? He
Oh,
literally
what?
says,
What?
Jin,
Your
he
ass.
literally says that he hasn't used anything besides the curse technique granted to his
Yeah,
domain.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like
know Gojo says
afterwards.
that. Gojo says that. But I'm telling you, Gojo is wrong because we see inside the shadows, the wheel is starting to spin.
It's starting to spin,
Yeah, you
but
see
this
it
is
click.
after. Sorry, let me finish. But this is after, right? Sukuna has made contact with Gojo while doing, right? Unlimited
I'm gonna
void.
tell you
Sorry,
why.
unlimited void. Let me finish. Unlimited void, first malevolent shrine. That's adaptation to the domain, right? That's not even adaptation to red. And I already put the
What?
burden on you to prove that Mahoraga
Nigga,
could
what?
adapt to
Wait,
two
wait, wait,
things
wait,
at
wait, wait, wait,
once
wait, wait, wait,
earlier
wait.
on in this debate, and you didn't
Wait,
prove
wait,
that.
wait, wait. Let me get
Already.
this. Let me get this straight. What's the difference if the wheel's been already over Megami's head as the fight's been going on, so they can adapt to Gojo's defending and all his techniques, right? I don't see an issue with him being both somewhat adapted to Inland Void and Red. What's the issue? What's the issue?
So I already pointed out the issue, right?
You
The issue
haven't.
was, right, earlier on in this debate, I asked you to prove that that Sukuna could adapt to two things at once, right? And you didn't prove that, right?
Bro, I literally the scan just says that adaptation starts when that type of attack comes into contact with Maharaga, bro. I literally the scan just doesn't agree with you, bro.
Yeah, if the adaptation can adapt to two things at once, right? If it can only adapt to one
Wait,
thing at a
yes,
current
we can.
moment.
When I just restated this. The adaptation
You already
starts.
gave an argument for that, so if you think you won that, we can move on
Yeah, like
past
the
that
adaptation
point.
starts when you get hit by the attack. So you can adapt two things at once. Yes, what's the issue?
Is the adaptation starts when you get hit. That doesn't mean that you can adapt to two things at once, though,
Yes,
Jin.
it does. Yes, it does.
Well, how do you think that's multiple things?
Oh my
What's the
god,
multiple thing there besides the punch in the diagram?
bro, there's just the diagram is just showing how the adaptation process starts. Dumbass. It's not saying it's limited to one attack. It's just saying, okay, if you get hit by a punch, that's what's going to start it. Get hit by a fucking a bullet, that's what's going to start. It's not limiting only to one thing, you dumbass bitch. Let her read.
Oh, okay. I don't. That literally isn't said in the scan, but
Oh,
even beyond that,
okay. Oh, yeah, yeah,
hold
yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Even beyond that,
Uh-huh.
sorry. Even beyond that, right? All I see in the scan is hit adaptation. Doesn't say anything about the other type of attacks. But even if I grant that, right? Even if I were to grant that, that just means, for all we know, Mahoraga can only adapt to one type of attack at a current moment, whether it's a gunshot or a punch or whatever. So I don't think this proves your claim. Do you want to move on?
It like Haram, like, um, bro, Haram. Let me show you something, bro. Let me show you some shit.
All right, Jim. Um, just in case Sonic 14 doesn't want to judge,
I'm
you
I,
cool with
I'm not even agreeing to him ever. I literally said no. Like,
You said no to Sonic 14? What about Gizmo? You cool with Gizmo?
Gizbob is judging, yeah.
Okay, so I'll try to give it to Gizbob. So let's hurry up, Jin. I don't want to make this recording too long for him.
Okay, bro. We when's my skill?
No, I'm still on my scaling. Sorry, I just want to
Bro,
finish up my
just
scaling
give
and
a
then
rundown of what you're give like say the rest of your skill and give a full rundown real quick.
yeah, basically Yuta over Maharaga and Agito, right? Yuta over Maharaga and Agito, right? Maharaga has the potential to kill Gojo, and Maharaga relative Shinjuku Gojo over Shibuya Gojo. And also, I think Shinjuku Gojo is probably much stronger than Shibuya Gojo.
Yeah, I don't think you can prove that. Like,
So which one do you want me to prove first?
disprove Gojo got stronger.
Well, he literally says he trained, so I don't know why you would doubt that, but sure, I can
Yeah,
get
but
to
like,
it.
what did he train for? What was the training for?
He says he trained, he literally lists every aspect of his like fighting capabilities and says like he trained all of it to fight Sugino pretty much.
Because
Like my physical
the only thing I'm
trainings,
aware of is
those
that he trained the fight like be okay with punching on Megami. That's what I'm aware for.
all my physical training, those techniques I mastered, my explosiveness, quick creative thinking, and quick red.
Nigga,
Give it
what?
all, but that wasn't
That
enough.
is
So that's
not in
talking.
reference to the month time skip. That's reference to his whole life.
Sorry, what? You think he's been training his whole life to fight Sukuna?
Bro, he looks up to him. His whole ideology when he was a teenager was to fucking whatchamacallit? Was to fucking whatchamacallit be just like him. It's just like when he first was in, a teenager, he was like the weakling, he's weak. I don't fuck follow him. Like, what the hell around? He looks up to this nigga.
What are you talking about? When does Teenage Gojo even talk about Sukuna? Like
No, I'm
literally
saying he
when?
values his philosophy. He literally looks up to that nigga Sakuna. He was dick riding him. He had the same philosophy as him when he was younger. And to prove more that he's talking about his whole entire life, look. When he says I put everything I had to try to reach him, he's saying all my physical training those techniques I mastered. You understand? He been mastered his infinity when he was a teenager, right? This is literally reference to his whole life. Like he been
He
had that
mastered.
RPP unlimited fucking
Sure,
refuel shit.
sure. Hold on, sure. He had unlimited infinity active as a teenager, and as
Okay,
a teenager,
okay.
he didn't have his teleportation down. He didn't
So
have his domain expansion
yeah, he
down.
got. Well, let me
And
get that.
hold
He
on,
got
hold
that.
on, hold
He
on,
got
hold
that
on,
at
hold on,
volume
hold on,
zero.
hold on, hold on, hold on,
He
hold
did.
on,
I
hold
want
on,
you to prove the
hold on,
monk
hold on,
time
hold on,
skip he
hold on, hold
trained
on, hold on,
or
hold
some
on,
shit
hold on.
that made him
Stop,
stronger. Because the
stop,
only thing I know he did the
stop.
monk time
Let
skip
me
was he
talk.
fight
Let
Neji
me
that
talk.
so
Let me
punishment.
talk. Holy
Go
shit, let
ahead.
me talk. Okay. So the age disparity between 17 and 28, a teenager, 17 years old Gojo,
Tracker
and
Doom.
28-year-old Gojo is literally 11 years, right? That's a lot of time, right?
Tracker Doom.
That's
Bro.
a lot of progress, right?
That's not the claim right
So
now.
so hold on, so hold on, so hold on. So hold on, right? Even if I were to grant that that was something he was doing throughout his entire life, right? I would simply just make the claim that he had exponential growth in this 1 month time skip.
Yeah,
But
I
I
want
don't
you to
even I
prove that he
don't but
trained
even
actual physical stats, man, and not just like I said earlier. That the only thing I'm aware of is that he trained so he could be okay at Punch Megumi's body, bro.
literally included in the
No,
statement
it's not. I
by
literally
physical
debunked that shit.
training.
Like you have no
And
argument
beyond
for that.
that, how did you debunk it?
I literally referenced how the things he's referring to is referred to as earlier things in life. Nothing about the monk time skip is being implied
He
here.
doesn't train he didn't train his physicals afterwards. Why is it only in reference to his
I
prior
told
things
you
in life?
the only thing
I
I'm aware of him
understand. Hold
training
on. Sorry,
is him being
sorry, sorry.
okay with Punch
Sorry. Let me
Megumi,
finish
bro.
answering you my let me finish asking you my question, right? Earlier on in his life, he can
He's
have a
trying to flip
similar
the burden, bro.
mentality to someone.
He's trying to
That
flip the
does
burden.
not
Just prove your
mean
point, bro. He's trying
how
to
am I
flip the burden.
trying to flip the burden? You're
You are trying
giving
to
a
flip the burden, bro.
contention, and I'm asking you a question
Nigga,
based
flip.
on your
Don't flip the
contention.
burden. Prove he trained. If you're just gonna use the statement, we can move on, bro. Like I think I've already debunked the statement.
Okay. Holy shit. You're not really giving me a contention, but I guess
Mm-hmm.
actually let me allow you to give you my argument before I say that he had an exponential growth in the 1 month time skip. Okay, so right, so Ghetto, that stuff, right? With Gojo in Volume Zero, he says that Rika can actually threaten his life, but he doesn't say that he's going to train to fight Rika, right? He doesn't say that. He also, right, earlier on knows about Sukuna, but it's not stated earlier on in the series that he's going to train to fight Sukuna. I don't care if he's arrogant as a teenager. Teenagers are arrogant. They think they're invincible, right? So that's irrelevant to Gojo thinking about Sukuna and training for his whole life. Completely irrelevant. So the reason why I think he's having exponential growth here, right, is Gojo is stated to be a genius who can do everything on the first try. Someone of that much explosive potential, right, who has also been stated to do anything they put their mind to. I have full confidence that someone like that who trains for a month can definitely make massive growth. No, make
Yeah,
massive
counter
progress
argument,
in their strength.
counter argument. If he has that narrative, he would just think that he can beat Sukuna without training because he can do it in his first try.
So this is talking about learning
Bitch ass
techniques
nigga
on
like
the first try. Hold
is
on, this
fuck,
is
bro.
talking about. Hold on, sorry. This is talking about doing techniques on the first try
Oh,
and
if he's
being
doing
good.
techniques in the first
Hold on,
try,
can
then
you let me
training is
finish? Let me
irrelevant
finish.
here.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
It doesn't have
Let
a
me
new
finish.
technique. Training's
Hold on,
irrelevant
let me
here.
finish.
Then
Hold on.
half argument.
Let me finish. Okay. So techniques, right, which is included with sorcery. Literally, your techniques are correlated with how strong you are as a sorcerer, and not just that, right? But the fact that he's also been stated to be able to do anything he puts his mind to, right? That's across other aspects. Those can apply to other things, right? Sukuna can be the first thing, the first outlier to this thing, right? That statement is not a universal rule that basically says Gojo is a person who can just beat anyone at any moment and do anything he wants. He's omnipotent. He has all the power, right? I'm not claiming that Gojo's omnipotent. I'm just saying that Gojo has fantastic potential, and if he has fantastic potential, in 1 month, right? If this person can learn reverse curse technique, when nobody knows how reverse curse technique works and nobody can explain it to him. He can just figure it out on intuition. And he can do anything on the first try, right? Domain expansions are literally the pinnacle of jujutsu sorcery, right? I have full confidence that someone who could learn domain expansion on the first try, right, should be able to increase his stats massively because increasing your stats is something that would require less skill because it's not the peak of jujutsu sorcery. Domain expansions are, supreme techniques are.
So what's in question is if you can prove he trained during enough time skip where we're talking about him getting stronger. They haven't provided anything like that. So we can move on.
It's also like literally supported by the fact that he says I have to take care of a couple of things before I fight Sukuna. Like
Yeah,
that
he
can
killed
just
he killed the higher ups. What's the issue?
okay. Why did he specifically have to do that before fighting Sukuna?
Because that way the status quo won't change. Like he's trying to rebuild the whole event. Like what the fuck?
Why does that have to be before?
Because if he just does it while they're still alive, they're just gonna like be like, oh, Sukuna's gone now. We can go back to normal. Like they're still gonna have control. People are still gonna be in like what you call it, the mindset of like, oh, these guys are like presidents. Like you take them out of office earlier to get people out of that mindset and get them used to the vacuum of power and how things are the new age is going to be. Like the fuck.
So why can't it just be right that Gojo could just kill Sukuna at that very moment, right? Let's say he has the power. He tries to kill Sukuna at that very moment, right? Because he has confidence in his ability to beat Sukuna. He
Yeah,
clearly
he
exudes
literally
that,
he
right?
does.
Hold on, stop,
He
stop,
actually
stop, stop,
thinks he
stop,
doesn't.
stop, stop,
I
stop,
just
stop,
what the
stop,
fuck?
stop, stop,
He doesn't
stop,
even think
stop.
he needs
Let
the
me
muff
finish.
time skip.
Let me
He's like,
finish.
I
Let me
will wait in
finish.
front of his
Let me
face. Like,
finish.
what the
Let me
fuck?
finish. Let me finish. Okay. Why can't it just be right that he could just kill Sukuna there and then just immediately go back to killing the higher ups, like literally, like I don't
He,
know, like an hour or so
listen.
after?
I already gave the reason.
Why
I
would
already gave the
why
reason.
would
I
one
already
hour
gave
make
the
a
reason. So
tremendous
like you
difference,
asking that
Ghetto
shit
Jin?
makes
Why
no sense.
would 1 hour make a tremendous difference, Ghetto
Yeah, I
Jin?
already gave the reason. So like I'm not going to answer that again. I'm actually going to use the thing you brought up to help my argument that he didn't train.
Then you think
He
one
directly
hour of
thinks
adjustments
that
can
he
change
can.
an entire
He
jujutsu
directly thinks.
society?
He directly thinks that
That
he
makes no
could beat
sense to me.
Sukuna. He directly thinks that he could beat Sukuna before the training month twice. He does it here at the beginning of the series, and when he thinks about the question earlier when he gets unsealed for the first time. So he actually shouldn't train in character because he already thinks he has the power necessary, right? So we can definitely move on. We can definitely move on. Like
So I know he has confidence. I'm not trying to basically argue against my
we can move on.
previous claim and oppose
We
my
can move on.
previous claim.
We can move
What
on.
I'm simply just trying to say is, right, he exudes this confidence. If he's exuding this confidence and he genuinely thinks he could beat Sukuna, right, why not just kill him there? Unless that's just a mask. He's just putting up a face, right? He doesn't actually
Or
think he can
or
just kill
or
Sukuna at
or
that very
or
moment.
or 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 he's like, because I can beat Sukuna later, I want to get people in the new political terms right now earlier because when I win, we're just gonna reform society. I'm just gonna do that shit now. Get them used to this new power vacuum. Like the fuck? I already explained this. We can
I've
move on.
already responded to this, so sure, we
Okay,
can
man.
move
We can
on.
move on. We can move on. We
So
go into my scaling because
tremendous
this is all
growth,
your stuff.
tremendous growth, tremendous growth. So I'm just gonna say one last thing. So now I just have to scale Yuta above Maharaga and
Nigga, I'm gonna
Agito.
steal man now. I'm gonna steal man YouTube of my rock. We can go into my scaling, man.
Hold on, Steelman it? No, I'll just
I'm
say
accepting
this.
you. I'm
Hold on, no,
accepting
no, no. I'll
YouTube
just
of
say
my
this.
rock.
Yuta above Maharaga.
I'm accepting that. We can move on to my scaling.
You're accepting it or you're Steelmanning it?
I'm accepting. I don't really care the difference here. We can move
Okay,
on
how
my.
about this? How about this? How about this? How about this? If you're accepting Yuta above Maharaga, right? Given the rest of my chain scale, if the whole chain scale is the case, right? So he's above Maharaga, and
No, because
Maharaga has the
I had
skill to
direct
go to do this.
Gojo above
Hold on,
you.
stop. I just want to say one last thing. I just want to say last one thing. Okay, so Yuta above Maharaga relative to Shinjuku Gojo massively above Shibuya Gojo, right? So
I disagree. We can now. I'm going to my scaling anyway.
so given that, right? Given my chain skill, right? If my chain skill goes through, I think I win. If it doesn't, I think you win. So
Nigga, I'm going to get
do you
my.
have do you,
I'm going to get my
okay.
chain style. We're
So
not doing.
I will concede if my chain skill does not go through when the judge judges this. Does that sound fair to you?
Okay, but I'm sure. But I'm going to just go to Shibuya Gojo. So
You
here's
don't
a
why do you have to
anyway.
scale Shibuya Gojo? I'll just concede if I
Anyway,
lost this point.
here's a
Do
anyway.
you
Here's a blatant
okay.
scan where Kenjaku directly sees Volume Zero and current Yuta and says that he is weaker and he will never become just like you in reference to Shibuya Gojo. This is consistent because he is directly called the strongest, the fastest, and Yuta himself says he's the best, right? So like this is way too consistent for him to have this portrayal. Like Gege even says that he's the power ceiling at this point in time, and Yuta's been in the manga. So
Okay,
this is
so to
quite simple.
respond to what you said, right? Gojo can be the pinnacle of strength, and Yuta can be somewhat relative to the guy while still being below him.
Nikki,
Kenjaku can have this opinion that Yuta can't be the next Gojo, and that isn't exclusive of my view, because my
that's
view
not
is
relative,
simply
bro.
my view is literally just that he's
Yo,
relative, right?
this
He,
guy
he
Kenjaku thinks This guy Kenjaku thinks Gojo is so much stronger than everybody else. He needs to be fucking sealed. He's like, yeah, Yuta, he's fine, even though he has his friends to help him if he wants to like jump me or something. Like that's how.
Okay, Kenjaku can just be wrong.
How is
What's
he
the problem
wrong?
with this?
How is he wrong?
I said
Because not only wait,
I
listen.
said he can just be wrong. I think the feats.
Not only, not only
I
does
think the
listen,
feats support
no,
him being
listen,
wrong.
listen. Not only does Yuta himself says Gojo's above him, but other characters is directly saying, well, he's faster. No one can survive besides Gojo. And Gege himself said Gojo's the power ceiling at this point in time.
Wait, okay, so one, these are all like retarded scans.
Yeah,
Nobody except for
yeah.
Gojo has survived Bird Strike. You can't prove that she actually hit Yuta or tried to hit
It's a
Yuta with Bird
narrative.
Strike.
It's a narrative piece for Gojo.
Okay,
Dumbass.
you can say it's a narrative piece. I can just argue that it's a narrative piece that Bird Strike has tremendous AP, and to respond to the Gojo thing, right? It can just be the case that this is just talking about cursed energy quantities there, and it's not really setting up the fact that Gojo is by far the most superior person in all stats, and nobody can even compare to him.
I just thought of another argument.
Hold on. Shut up. Regardless, this is Shibuya Gojo, right?
Yeah,
These
I know.
these three are Shibuya Gojos, right? I'm scaling Shinjuku Gojo. That narrative doesn't have to apply to Shinjuku
I'm saying
that narrative can change.
Shinjuku. I'm saying in Shinjuku, the gap is more. That's fine. I don't really care.
Okay, I know you think that, but that's not really an argument.
Anyway, Haram, I got one more thing for you. This nigga Nawa directly saw Yuta and still thinks that he's never nowhere on a level with Gojo. And this is a way different Gojo. Like he literally says, small fry can't be like them. They know what true strength is. And this is before Gojo learns his domain.
Sure, it's a narrative thing. Even before Shinjuku, that Gojo is the pinnacle of the verse.
No,
right?
But
and that nobody can compare to him. And nobody can compare to him.
This can
just be the narrative changing.
This is a massive gap. You're agreeing to this. That means a wayward Gojo is considered way stronger than Yuta.
Wait, why so?
Because this is before his training with Domain in Volume 0.
Training with his domain in Volume 0. I don't understand your point.
Team Gojo post RCT. And like you're saying, well, Amara, we're the narrative. That means you're agreeing the narrative is saying that a Team Ghetto, a Team Gojo, I mean, post RCT is gapping Yuta.
I mean, you think this is Teenage Gojo in this picture?
That is literally Teenage Gojo, yes.
I don't even know if I'd grant that that's Teenage Gojo, but even beyond that, I can just say Yuta got stronger to beat the narrative.
I'm talking to me, bro. And then you're gonna tell me if it's not.
Are you gonna contend? Are you gonna contend the response or no?
Anyway, like I said, we can go in there after I show you the picture of Team Gojo talking to Meg.
Holy shit!
Because you're just being a fucking rat.
Do you want to conclude on like this whole debate? I don't think you're attacking my points.
Yeah, we can conclude after this. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna show you two pictures. So you got this one.
So I accidentally left VC for a second.
All right, so go ahead and tell me how like this isn't like fucking post RCT because this is before Volume 0. Tell me these aren't the same Gojos, bro.
Gojo looks pretty similar as a teenager as he does as an adult. That doesn't really mean anything.
No, he doesn't. He's not. Those are different glasses, nigga. He wears a blindfold. Bro, hold up. Let me show you. We looked in Volume 0 just to like make it even blind. His hair is down in Volume 0, bro.
There's literally a scan of adult Gojo wearing glasses and no blindfolds. That doesn't mean
his hair is down.
His hair is down? Okay, yeah. Gojo can change his hairstyle at any time. What the fuck?
No, but Haram, I'm saying his depiction is different in each time period it's drawn in.
So hair down there. Looks like the hair is still down here.
No, his hair's the top is spiked up, bro. Haram, there's no way you're saying this, bro.
Can you show me what you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm like, what I'm talking about. Okay,
it literally just looks like his hairstyle.
Listen. You see how his hair is spiked up at the top?
Hold on. Let me just cross compare real quick because I really don't.
Look, his hair is not spiked up at the top here. And I'm going to show you Volume 0. His hair is not spiked up at the top on Volume 0, bro. When you talk to those elders, look at this shit. When you talk to the elders, he has different fucking depictions in each time variable.
What do you mean different pictures?
Look. In Volume 0, and as an adult, close to an adult, his hair is not spiked up when he has these sunglasses on. As a teen, it's the only time his hair is spiked up with the sunglasses on. And as an adult, he has a blindfold as well. In Volume 0, without the glasses, he has bandages and his hair is spiked up. He's never had the same combination like I'm trying to say in his teenage form, bro. Like if you look at that.
Okay, this can just be Gege's art style changing
over
time. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
I'm gonna prove Gege's
that really doesn't. That
You
really
can see
doesn't
right
mean
here.
anything. Hold on.
Right is
Please
volume.
be quiet?
Right
Please
is
be
current.
quiet.
Left is volume 0. You can see right here. Gege is very consistent. This is
Jen,
current.
how am I gonna have a debate with you if I can't talk?
This is fucking volume 0. Gege is very consistent with drawing.
Yo. I just told you. How am I gonna have a debate with you if I
Nigga,
can't
don't
talk?
make claims.
And your response is to talk 3 times more.
Don't make stupid claims.
What the hell?
Anyway, Gege is very consistent with drawing.
Okay, I don't know what you mean, but okay. Gege is very consistent with his drawings in one specific aspect. That doesn't mean he's very consistent with his drawings in every single specific.
I
Let me
show
talk.
multiple
Let me
depictions
talk.
of
Let me talk.
Gojo
Let me
and
talk.
multiple depictions of Yuta.
Oh my
Like, what are we
god.
talking about?
I don't care. I don't
Okay,
care.
you have no
Let
substance
me
right now.
talk. Let me talk. Let me talk. Okay. So you can be specific in one specific aspect, like these characters, right? This is completely different from Volume Zero. Volume Zero came out like 8 months before the actual main series, right? Gege's art style changes wildly over time. Literally
No.
compare Chapter 14 Jogo to Chapter 250 Jogo. It's vividly different, right? So this doesn't mean anything. It could just be Gege's art style changing over time.
That's the
And
claim.
saying that, so hold on, saying right that because someone has a different hairstyle, right, the consequence of them having a different hairstyle is the result of the cause of this person being this age at this specific time is an appealing the consequences
That's the
fallacy,
claim.
right?
That's the claim.
So I'm
That's
gonna
the claim.
call that. Do you want to
That's the
conclude
claim.
now? Do you want
That's
to
the
conclude
claim.
now?
Yeah, we
We
can
can
conclude.
conclude.
We conclude.
Okay.
Yo, bro.
Holy shit, Jen.
Dude, Ghetto Jen, you cook.
I know I cooked, bro. I'm drunk as fuck, slamming his ass, bro. He's ass. I
Hold
don't have
on.
any conclusion, bro. You can say Rick, bro. I express
Yeah,
what
just
you
say
said.
Rec. I don't want conclusions.